Lucas finally did, and I gotta say that took all of it out of me.
So this is our main event tonight. Boston versus Richard. Boston has to beat Richard twice. If Richard is not pinned twice, then Richard will move on to that World Championship spot.
Okay.
Double elimination. The reason for that is Richard is still undefeated, so he has to lose 2 matches to the only other person without two losses in this tournament. Basically, it's just like Evo, where if you go into the finals undefeated, you have to lose twice. Boston's going to go in with 1 loss. If Richard pins him once, Richard wins and will face Brandon Reiner at counterbalance.
You know, I gotta be honest. I know that Richard's been a real big winner these past couple weeks. He's done really well for himself. He still makes me a little bit nervous. I don't know if we can see him all the way up to Brandon Reiner. We'll see how it goes. Richard has always been kind of a question mark to me.
We're right into the action here.
Yep, our special referee, of course, for tonight's main event, Justin Fields. Fields, I trust that Fields is going to call this action down the line simply because DEST is not involved in this match. Oof. An uppercut by Boston.
How much do we have to pay him tonight for this? Does he do it for free?
He does it for
He's desperate for action.
But Boston here hitting some big uppercuts.
Yep.
In the action.
Wait a minute, did Richard turn 30 yet? Recently? Because maybe his wizard powers have come fully charged now.
It's possible.
Virgins. Never heard of a wizard.
Richard picks up Boston. Richard, of course, if he defeats Boston here, pins him once, without Boston winning this first fall, Richard would end the Champions Cup undefeated and would get that shot against Reiner. And I got to feel like Richard versus Reiner, with the way that Richard has looked in the Champions Cup, he'll win that match. No problem.
Okay. I guess we will agree with this. Do you know who weighs more, Travis?
Boston.
Boston weighs more. I know weight is not everything, and it can actually weigh down sometimes.
Boston here going for the deadlift powerbomb
Yep.
on Richard.
And that sit-out spinebuster, Boston was using that to demolish pretty much everybody after his loss to Richard. Remember, Boston has already faced Richard and lost, but Boston has faced Reiner as well and won.
And once there was a king who had a sword and a for the stone.
But in this match here, belly suplex, spinebuster, and powerbomb really getting on dividends here for
And the thing is, Fields has really just had to sit back and watch these two fight each other. Not a lot of foul play going on, but that's to be expected between these two.
Going for the first pin of the match.
Boston was one of the dominant forces in the Federation in that Champions Cup, especially if you watched Tuesday Night Encounters last night, you know that Boston was basically wrecking everyone. Now he's got a camel clutch locked in.
Fields checking for the submission here. Asking Richard if he wants to quit.
Richard does not want to quit. That is for certain. Richard, do you think that he would put his body, his career on the line for a world title shot? Because I definitely think he would. Like, he would definitely not tap out to a move that could end his career if it meant that he had a shot at Ryder's world title and a second world championship reign.
Here's the problem, is if he gets caught in one of those and doesn't tap out, he's not going to have a chance at winning that match or the match that comes after.
Yep.
So, you know, if he gets caught in an arm bar, he can get his arm broken and get put out of the...
You basically have to go into Ryder, a match with Ryder at 137 1/3%.
Yeah. And kind of what I'm getting at here is all he has to do is win one match. He can concede a fall.
Yeah.
One fall to Boston. No problem. Oh, Boston going for the camel clutch again.
I mean, they get a little breather between falls here. Even if Richard does tap out or concedes a fall, like you said, they're going to get a little bit of time to breathe, to readjust before the bell rings for the second fall that Boston needs to win this match and his shot at the world title. His first world title.
Uh-oh. Boston here looking like going for the Boston bomb.
Done. Richard planted. Pinned by Boston.
Ooh. Those 2 count there. They're going straight into the Dominator.
Yep, and he put everyone away with that Dominator. Here's the pin. 1, 2, 3. Boston gets the first fall. And like we said, we get that little breather between these 2 matches, but Richard's got to get one back if he wants the shot. He's lost the fall. He's now 1 loss away from elimination, just like Boston is.
Speeding things up definitely. Also looked very dominating in that for that first part. He's got to keep it up.
Yep. Both of these guys are now 1 win away from the Champions Cup, and Raymond Ryder, you can see him actually, he is on the ramp right now holding his world championship. He is watching this last match because he knows whoever wins is going to beat his opponent on Sunday in Little Caesar Arena in Detroit, Michigan. But here we go with the rematch, the second fall.
Yeah, Millet's still checking out Richard, just making sure everything's okay here.
Richard's waving him off. He's getting back to his feet. He's ready to go.
Stepping back in as we speak.
They're going into their corners.
And here we go.
Ball number 2. Fields is ready to call it.
Oh.
Boston right back on offense. Wow, Richard goes right back down.
Oof. Going back to the things that won him the match there, those uppercuts.
Richard puts Boston in the ropes. Oh!
And spine.
Double A spine buster.
Now Richard's switching up and going on offense.
I mean, he's got it. You know.
Yeah, he absolutely has to.
Playing from behind.
Whoa, what?
Yeah. And unfortunately,
Richard in the corner, getting tossed around by Boston.
Oof.
Richard getting a key reversal there. Let's see if he can capitalize.
I have some bad news to that guy in the crowd that's holding up the Hi Mom sign. Your mom is not watching the MMWF right now, probably.
Oof. But I'm watching Richard here getting German suplexed.
Absolutely.
And taking a ton of punches right to the dome.
Boston has never been about the title. He's never been about winning championships. He's been about destruction, but I think that there's so much destruction that he could wage in this Champions Cup that he has no problems getting the W's here.
He gets a huge reversal there off that DDT attempt, going into one of his own.
Oh, but he took too long, and Richard getting a key reversal.
Nice spin kick there from Richard. Oof. Uppercut to the back of the head there. Not sure if they really connected all that well, but definitely very pretty.
Didn't get all of it. Well, actually, you know, with Richard's fro, you never know.
I mean, he's got to provide a dampening factor.
I heard rumors that that afro was connected directly to his brainstem.
Oh, no, it's not. It's been cut off. Wade still has a lock of witness between his locker.
That's actually kind of gross.
Intriguing.
Ooh.
He keeps it in the trophy collection.
Would you like to see Richard's afro? No, not. Richard getting tied up by Boston here.
Oof!
That front face lock throw is deadly when used by Richard, and you see that Boston got caught up in the ropes.
Oh, nice snap rear counter there from Boston.
You know, Bucker out here, that's pure elevated.
Jeez, Richard's taking that back rear. He's got to feel like he's on 3 shots of Wild Turkey 101 right now. Oh my God. Richard, slamming Boston face first on the mat.
Oof, the exploder suplex.
Next fall wins. Period. There's no other match after this.
Well,
Next ball takes it all.
Yep.
Boston is definitely showing his stripes here in this match.
Oof.
A ton of damage.
The Boston to belly there. Oof! What an enziguri there from Richard. Exactly what he needed to try and turn the tides.
Richard, vertical suplex on Boston. He wants his world title just as much.
Oof! What a wheel kick.
Richard has Boston tied up.
Oh, big drop kick. The athleticism of Richard here. Very impressive.
Fields has got to be careful if he's going to get stuff thrown into him this match. He's got a tag team championship defense on Sunday. He cannot get into the way like that.
Uh-oh. Richard off the ropes. Oh! Counters the spine buster. Counters the spine buster.
Amazing reversal. Heads up play by Richard there.
Huge DDT, but gets belly to belly by Boston for his troubles.
Boston, now another belly to belly.
Wow. It's the sheer power on display here by Boston. Boston going for a camel clutch.
And Richard cannot tap. If he wasn't going to tap last match, he can't tap this match.
Oh, that's true. No. We'll go back.
Oh, shit. That sucks.
Boston going for the cover.
Boston, a series of strikes.
Oh, nice reversal there from Richard. Oof! What a roundhouse from Richard. Boston here with a side slam. Uh-oh.
Dominator again. I don't think Richard can kick out from this one. This is it. Boston with the pin. It's him. It's over. Boston's going to counterbalance to face Reigner.
Wow.
Richard goes from being undefeated to eliminated in one night. David Boston is going to face Brandon Reigner for the World Championship at Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan. Amazing. Tremendous. Well, ladies and gentlemen.